close and tolerance community. I wanna circulate the unity and the unity, the continuity of opportunity for stacking bands, opportunity to stack the figures with your family. I can show you how to get the figures in advance. I don't see nobody else but us giving a damn. So let me know what you wanna do. If you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, sucker, kick it in the lobby. I got a lot to do. I'm gonna watch what you gonna do. See, if you wanna build, I'm Bobby. If not, then chuck a deuce. You throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't die time. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time. I ain't got the goose. Stack with me. Don't come through. We're back in the G. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time. Yeah. What's good like making? In the making, a young tycoon that's sickening. Tire forward and spit like a typhoon to the rain. Live in the streets where the money's hunted by drainages. If it's aimless, ain't a single thing that can change it. I'm changing it. Get your dollar straight and circulate, then gang with it. Aim for your partner, pocket and pop. That's dangerous. If you ain't with it, you throwing off the vibe. Man, I don't got time. It's all about the vibe. All that I got time. I ain't got the booze. Stack with me. Don't come through. We're back in the G. You ain't with the vibe. Don't waste my time. That's a drip. She in my wrist. That's a freezer. Give me assist. Give me teamwork. Keep it consistent. For the distance. Bling, bling, bling. This mad. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It's a cost a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay. I don't catch my new checks, this old change, you know. Another man made my phone ring, hello. Said he capping but won't step, you know. Every time he sell me, that's phone, hello. Bling, bling, blow, mad, I'm like, wow, what did I do now? Don't you get me, okay? I might pull a ticket out of my account, okay? Just to show you how to count, okay? Newest, don't compare me to these, they don't do enough. They can't walk it in my shoes because I'm booted up. I got opposition showing me computer love. Bram inside the club, I got no worries today. I get paid to party on a permanent base. That's true. Only time we link is meet and greet. On and off the jet, cause I got places to be. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. Unless it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay, alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile unless it costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions. honest. Police tried to slow me down, but they couldn't stop it. I got platinum plaques like I got cars in my wallet. Now I got millions. Got the inside my bag and out my feelings. Got a couple carbon copies.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Today it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Two weeks have come and gone. It's off to week 3, and we're underway on EA Sports. Throwing first play is Ritter. A short one there, caught by Likely. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 5. Option left, and Ritter keeps it. 8 yards there, getting him out of danger. It's a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Well, this defense for the Bengals, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
2nd and 7.
On the ball.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gaffney, and he'll take this one up to about the 23. So that run play nullified by the holding call on the tight end.
Yeah, I just think he needs to get off the ball a lot quicker and get into the block a little bit more effectively. Then he doesn't have to reach and grab and try and hold on.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Now a handoff up the middle. Gaffney, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss there. Now 3rd and 14. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick six, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and you're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
11, 42. Start.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
11 MT tank. 11. 12.
Burrow looking to pass. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. That'll give him 8 that time. And it'll be 4th down.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals are on the board first here. It's 3-0. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a first-and-goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Ritter with it after the play fake. On the move to his left. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Third and 3. Ritter now. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
On one,
The
ready?
Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, something like that neighborhood.
And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
Ready up! 60 bison, 60 bison. Rocco 80.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Back to throw here. And he gets this out to Foster on the right side. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from Cincinnati. It's the Bengals with the football here, as they'll see what they can do on third and goal. The slot man in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he'll elect not to run with it. And the fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up first and 10.
Looking to throw it here. Ritter.
A short one there, caught by Likely. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, second and 2.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a second and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Here's a second and 2 now from the 33.
Ritter will set up to throw it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
After the incompletion, here now, third and 2.
Ritter.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Offensively lucky they were able to keep the football, but now fourth down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. One, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But two, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
As a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Officially, no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Bengals at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
Here we go.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
11 MT, 11 MT.
Here's Burrow. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
They will throw on 1st down with Burrow. To the right side, it's caught by Mitchell. Down inside the 10. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark it down at the 9. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals are able to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. But no run back here. Fair catch, and this will come out to the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for Bengals TD. McPherson on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Ritter throwing on 3rd down. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down to the 36-yard line here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hardman. Touchdown! Nicole Hardman, 36 yards. And the Bengals are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Browns drive about to get started. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
First down, here's Ritter. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Ritter on 1st and 10. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He will find his man Chase complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Ritter now on second down. On target to his man, Likely.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
This now a 3rd and 4. Here's Ritter.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding Hardman here over the middle. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes and down he goes. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. That's caught left side by Hardman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. Now they'll change things up. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. They'll run the screen with Mitchell. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Taken from just outside the 30. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Now Ritter to throw on 1st down. Complete to Likely. Just a gain of a couple there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
The completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
2nd down throw coming for Ritter.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Cooper's first catch, and good for a 1st down.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But you're still in the 3rd quarter. They're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after him.
Ritter's throw is on target to Likely.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Hey, check Megan.
Out of the gun, here's Ritter. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Ritter going to change it up.
On 3rd down, Gaffney. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
60 Bobcat, 7 Pirate, 7 Pirate. Trap 60, trap 60.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench. Not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Ritter back to throw.
And that is taken in by Njoku. A big play that time for Cleveland. 43 yards.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Gaffney. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 13.
They'll keep it on the ground. Gaffney, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
York able to send this one through.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can hold on.
And they'll go on the ground.
And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw here.
That's complete. It's Okuwebunam.
And he's brought down.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
17-yard line.
Buffalo 18.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be in the screen. Maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Slot man moves right.
They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
Warriors 70. Cup 19. Cup 19. Let's go.
They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Off the option, that's complete. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And that one not fooling anyone. It'll go down as a completed pass, but it will lose a big chunk of yardage. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
On play action, they'll throw. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, 1st down. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Come on, set. 10 cycles. Ready?
On 1st down, Gaffney.
Up past the 30, 2nd down coming up.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset.
Now a 2nd and 6.
They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score.
Yellow, zoom.
On second down, and it's a fumble, and the Bengals grab it, and they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10.
19 tight. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
First and 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
That is caught. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Back to throw again. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Blue, go. White. Ready?
On play action, here's Ritter.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Trenton Simpson.
Here we go.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert, don't jump early, and give them free yardage.
Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete. Well, up big here in the 4th quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
2nd and 4. give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
McPherson now for the extra point.
Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he is going to be stopped here for no gain, and that is going to be the final play of this football game.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Down.
2nd and 10. A final shot now for Ritter.
Escapes the sack. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season.